when you're adding these integers, not when you're subtracting, we'll get to that in just a sec, but when you're adding these together, you're just combining 5 negatives with 6 positives. So when the signs are different, right? See, these signs are different, and the brackets don't mean anything. The brackets just mean, it's just there to make it look pretty. It's there to tell you that this negative belongs to this 5 and this positive belongs to this 6. When you have a positive 6 and a negative 5, your signs are different, okay? Now, this is the shortcut I remember. Different, or taking the difference, is subtraction. So when my signs are different, I subtract one from the other. So my signs are different here, so 6 minus 5 is 1. And then to decide what sign it is, I have to determine, do I have more positives or more negatives? You keep the sign with the larger number. So this is positive 6. I have more positives than negatives, so my answer is going to be positive 1. Now the other way of doing this, and this takes longer, but you could do this in pictures, right? If I had 5 negatives, it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 negatives. And if I had 6 positives, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positives, right? Now, if I have 1 positive and 1 negative, that just cancels each other out. So that's 0. Or if I have 2 positives and 2 negatives, that also cancels each other out. That's 0. And 2 more negatives and 2 more positives, that's also 0. So I'm left with 1 positive or positive 1. Now, this only works for addition, but it works really well. Okay, so there's a couple of ways of sorting that out. You can also combine these signs, but we won't go to that way today. We'll just do the other 2 ways. Now, this one here, I have positive 7 and positive 3. And I'm adding them together and combining them. So I have 7 positives and 3 positives. So in total, I have 10 positives, positive 10, right? You know how to do that. This one here, I have 3 negatives and 7 negatives. Now the signs are the same, so I combine them. Remember, when the signs are different, I take the difference, which means subtraction. When the signs are the same, I combine them. I have 3 negatives and 7 negatives. And again, I could draw that out. 1, 2, 3 negatives, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 negatives. And I'm combining them. So in total, I have 10 negatives or negative 10, right? Here, my signs are different again. Now, it doesn't matter which is positive and which is negative. The fact that I have a negative here and a positive here, and I'm adding them together, my signs are different. So I take the difference of 7 and 5, which is going to be 2, and I have more negatives than positives, so my answer is negative 2. That is all you have for addition. Any addition questions can be solved that way. Right? Now, when you do subtraction, there's a lot of different ways of dealing with subtraction. And I'll use the same examples here that we have, but subtracting is taking something away, not combining. It's the opposite of combining. So let's just change all of these to subtraction, okay? And I'll show you how to deal with that. There are many different ways, just like adding, to deal with that. The easiest way, I think, is to change all my subtraction signs to addition and then just follow the addition rules. Because somebody wants to come into our call here. Should I admit Brooke? I think I will. Taking away a positive is the same as adding a negative. And we talked about this last week. If you have something negative in your life and you take it away, that's the same as adding something positive, right? It's the same as taking away a negative is same as adding something. That's what I just meant. Taking away a positive is the same as adding something negative. Taking away a negative is the same as adding something positive. So, taking away something positive to your life is the same as adding something negative. They're both bad things. These signs are interchangeable. I can switch these signs, okay? So if I were to go through and just change all the signs, right, it would look like this. Taking away a positive is the same as adding a negative. And now I just follow my addition rules. I have 5 negatives and 6 negatives. I have 11 negatives. This one here, taking away a positive, is the same as adding a negative. And now I follow my addition rules. I have positive 7 and negative 3. My signs are different. So you take the difference, which is 4, and I have more positives than negatives. Now here, it's different because I'm subtracting a negative this time. Subtracting a negative. Remember, that's the same as adding a positive. Okay, so I just can change those signs as long as I change the sign that follows. So change all of your subtraction to addition and change the sign that follows. Now I just have negative 3 plus positive 7. The signs are different. So there's a difference of 4, and I have more positives than negatives. Here the signs are both positive, so I'm combine everything and I get a positive 12. That is all there is for adding and subtracting. Now there are other ways to do the subtraction ones, and if you want me to show you, I will, but I'm not going to on today's video. I think that's good for now.